Hello everyone, welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to cover the second topic, Agile Manifesto. This is the manifesto created by the 17 industry experts who have come up with the Agile approach. So they have laid down 4 values and 12 principles. We are going to discuss these things in detail as to what exactly its meaning is. So there's an official website for this called agilemanifesto.org. You can search for Agile Manifesto in Google and you'll be able to see this website. If I open this, you'll be able to see that they have laid down this 4 values. Now what they say here is the items what are highlighted and in the left is of more importance over the items which are mentioned in the right. So let's discuss the first value, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. So here the heavy emphasis is on the individuals and interactions. Processes and tools is of lower priority. So, coming to an example, if you are trying to, let's say, test a particular thing, and there is a certain process which needs to be followed, but based on the team interaction, we feel that okay, this particular process and tool will have lesser advantage in terms of time or in terms of quality, and they want to change it. They want to use some other method which is available to the team, so that they will go with that particular method. So we are prioritizing individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Second point is working software over comprehensive documentation. There is no point of creating extensive documentation if we are not able to create a software which is of importance to the customer. So here working software is prioritized over comprehensive documentation. The documentation need not be that much in detail if working software is good. So working software is obviously prioritized over the comprehensive documentation. And if you would have worked in waterfall model, you'll see here the documentation is not that extensive as we used to do in waterfall model before. Customer contract collaboration over contract negotiation. What do we mean by this is earlier when we were working in waterfall model, we used to create the requirements using by discussing it with customer, and those used to get a sign off, and whenever they want to come and bring a change, whenever customer wants to bring a change, that used to be negotiated as a contract. Like initially you have told us like these 10 requirements, now you're changing it, so we'll be charging you extra. So that was the focus in waterfall model, which was a very big hindrance in bringing any change to the process. But here the customer collaboration is given preference over contract negotiation. The fourth value is responding to a change over following a plan. So it does not make sense to follow a plan if it is not actually serving the purpose of the customer. So that's what they mean by here is if they want a certain change, we should respond to that quickly over following a certain set of plan. So these are the 4 values, and these are the list of 17 industry experts who came up with this. Now we'll move to the 12 principles of agile software. Okay, so the first thing is our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. So the main priority is to satisfy the customer, and how we are doing it is if we follow any of the agile methods for development like sprint, kanban, xp. So we are doing everything in iterative model, and we are producing a shippable product in a very less period of time. Let's say 2 weeks the sprint is there. So that's how we are able to do a continuous delivery of the valuable software. Second thing is welcome the changing requirements even late in development. The agile process harness change for the customer's competitive advantage. So we welcome if any change in requirement is coming. We do not say no, we cannot do this change. We take a look at that, we discuss it, we prioritize it, and that's how this agile approaches towards welcoming the changing requirements. Coming to the third section, deliver working software frequently from a couple of weeks to a couple of months with a preference to the shorter time scale. So as I was telling before, a sprint is usually 2 weeks, but it could be 3 weeks, a month as well. And the whole idea is when we are trying to complete one sprint, we are trying to deliver at least a minimum viable product, anything which is working. So that is called as minimum viable product in case of agile approach. We'll discuss that in detail, but that's what it means here is that we are going to deliver the software frequently. Now the business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. So this is one of the essential items. The business collaboration is there with the team, so that the team understand what the business needs and business understands as well how the project is progressing. Now build projects around motivated individuals, give them the environment and the support they need, and trust them to get the job done. So we try to create a team and build an environment in which the individual feel motivated and they feel that they have all the rights to voice out their opinion and use the best possible approach what they think would be best for the project. Now coming to the next point, the most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. So before agile approach, whenever you were doing a communication, you used to follow a certain protocol. Like if I am part of a quality analyst team and I want to reach out to a developer for a certain bug, I'll reach out to their manager, and then their manager will assign that a particular defect to one particular member, and then that particular person is going to take care of that defect. We are going to skip that process here. uh, if one person is, let's say I am a tester and I'm trying to reach out to a developer, I'll directly reach out to that developer and say that this is the bug what we are facing. And in case of face-to-face conversation, we avoid the unnecessary communication over emails and following a certain protocol and resolve the issue quickly. So that's what it means by this particular statement. Working software is the primary measure of progress. That is what our goal in using this agile approaches. We Our primary measure of progress is working software. The next one is agile process promotes sustainable development. The sponsor, developers, and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. So initially when agile team is formed, it will take some time for people to work together, but once you harness the correct environment for them, you give them all the rights, explain them these processes, that how this approach is going to be, this is going to promote a sustainable development. Coming to the next point, continuous attention to technical excellence and good designs enhances agility. So when a particular resource is given all the good platform for them to provide a good approach as to what they think, they can discuss it with their team as well. So that gives a good agility. So continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. Now the next point is simplicity. The art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. What do we mean by this is, when we are trying to create something, there would be lot of things which would not be required. So that's what it means here is to eliminate any waste. uh, when we'll discuss this agile approach in detail, we'll get to know that we do a certain thing called prioritization of the work which we are going to do, and whatever we think is a high priority, we approach towards making those task requirements or user stories come into picture first, and whatever is not required we can skip that or we can remove that. So that's what it means here is the art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. That means eliminating the waste. The best architectures, requirements, and designs emerge from self-organizing team. The team, if the team is self-organized, then they'll be able to come up with the best architecture, requirements, and designs is what the 11th principle states. Now, the 12th principle is at regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes, adjust its behavior accordingly. So, we are going to discuss about several ceremonies and how these things will come into picture when we'll discuss in detail about the approaches on how to implement agile. But there's one meeting called as retrospective in which the team discusses about what went well, where they could have improved. So that gives them self-organizing, and they are able to come up with what needs to be done, which is more effective for their team. So at regular interval, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. Uh, these are the 4 values and 12 principles laid out in Agile Manifesto. We'll be covering in detail on how to implement Agile, what ceremonies, and the entire series regarding this. Please like, share, subscribe if you like the video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.